Hi, my name is Stephanie Hill, and this is my video final for interpersonal communication. It is fall 2017, and so let's get into it. All right, so I'm going to start with perception of others. This is something that I try very hard to limit myself to, I guess you could say. Um, Basically, you can't judge a book based off of its cover. Working in an environment that I deal with multiple different people every single day, people that come from different backgrounds, people that come from different places around the world. I can't just assume that they're going to be there and understand everything that I'm saying because sometimes there's a language barrier, sometimes there's a money barrier. And by money barrier, I mean people will come in wanting to go through the museum, which unfortunately costs, and I'll tell them the price, and they'll be like, oh, I don't have that type of money, and I can't sit there and be like, "Oh, well, you're poor, get out." I have to be like, "I'm sorry," and I'll offer coupons if they want to take them, but that's all really I can do. So having the perception of others and using communication, you can't just go off of how you think someone's going to act, or as we all know it as stereotyping. Not good. So um, we need to try to do better on that. I've been personally trying to build on that, and hopefully it'll get better. And the next thing we're going to cover is language and the use of language within interpersonal communication. One thing that I really took away from that section is the use of I. It's very, it's easy to put, hi, I'm this, or I will do that, or something like that. But if you word a question correctly, it can make a whole entire sentence seem different. My favorite example that I remember is if you have a situation, putting yourself in how to help fix that problem, like saying, how can I help you get to this point? Or how can I help, I guess, again, how can I help you get to this point? Or how can I help? Or just putting yourself in part of the equation to where it's not causing a problem, you're trying to help. That's mostly what I got from it. I always say, hi, how can I help you at work? Or, if anyone has questions, how may I answer those? A lot of people will come down and ask me questions regarding the items we have. And I always try to make myself part of that equation. If I don't know the answer, I'll stop and I'll be like, well, you're going to have to find someone else. So that's mostly what I learned from that section. Nonverbal communication, listening. I'm going to mix these two real quick. Nonverbal communication to me is if you make eye contact. And I'm trying really hard to make eye contact with the camera so that way it feels like I'm talking to you instead of just kind of like, well, I'm going to be over here. That is something I've really, really tried to build on within the last oh, since ever, way before I even took this course. I've learned the importance of making eye contact. And so, by having eye contact, and then I'm going to merge listening in with this answer, like I mentioned, um, I feel like if I have eye contact with someone, then I have a better chance of them listening to what I'm saying, or vice versa. I'm listening to what they're saying instead of just kind of being like, "Oh, what are you trying to say?" Um, Listening is very, very important. It's really easy for one thing to go in and one thing to go out, you know what I mean? And if you can work on building better listening skills, I feel like communication gets that much better. I know I mentioned it within my discussion board answer. My boss is very, very nitpicky. He's the coolest guy ever, don't get me wrong, but he will sit there and repeat and repeat and repeat the same thing. And it's really easy for me just to be like, okay, like get on with it. But I've been trying to do better at listening. Usually now we're talking about numbers and like gift shop, like revenue and stuff like that. So I'm doing a lot more listening than I'm used to. So that is something I've been building on, and taking this course has helped me learn a little few tricks here and there on how to listen a little bit better. For emotions, that is a fun one. Emotions are something that gets the best of everyone. I have extreme depression sometimes, and I've been doing better at managing it, I guess you can say, but it's it's still there. And so I've learned it's really good to not bottle up your emotions. If you have something that you're feeling, go find someone and talk to them about it. Um, Emotions within a conversation. I've had a lot of unfortunate things happen to me lately, and so whenever I talk to my coworkers or something, it's really easy to get caught up in those emotions, and simply letting them know how I'm feeling, to me is kind of something that helps me get communication across a little bit more. But of course, whenever talk to customers, I can't be like, well, my car has been stolen 2 times within the last month or something like that. So it's you learn how to put on your happy face, but then also understanding that it's okay to convey your emotions even whenever you're not feeling the best. Um, and confirming and disconfirming relational climates. That's fun. Relationships are really, really interesting. If you don't confirm a relationship within someone that you're wanting to build a relationship with, it can seem like it's going to a dead end. So having that open communication between the two of you, letting you know how you're feeling towards each other. Um, Luckily, my boyfriend and I both liked each other. We didn't have to go back and forth. But unfortunately for others, that situation can get a little awkward. You can be like, well, I have feelings for you. And then the other person's like, eh. So just being able to express yourself in a way that you get your emotions out while also expecting what you want to hear, I guess you can say. Managing conflict. Conflict is something that no one ever enjoys doing. At least I hope not. Um, it is fun. I usually try to go for a win-win conversation. Not conversation, sorry. A win-win conflict. I try to find something that I can win there, that I can get out of a conflict while also getting something out of the conflict for the other person that I have. However, lose-lose and win-lose conversation, or I keep saying conversations, conflicts do happen. Um, I've been in a win-lose conflict, and it's not fun. I ended up having to move out because of that conflict issue, and it's just it's not okay. For friendships, who doesn't love Friends? Not the TV show, but it is just something you need to be able to develop friendships within your lifetime. And if you have friends that can be there and understand your emotional status or your any kind of status, if you develop that type of friendship and they are understanding of what you have, then that's the best. Families and relationships, all three of those really. Um, I've been blessed to be born, I guess, yeah. I was born into a really loving family. I'm an only child, so I was I was showered with lots of love, and unfortunately, others don't have that sometimes, and so having communication within a broken household can be very frustrating. That can develop a lot of emotions, like I mentioned, and conflicts. And so, luckily, I haven't had to experience those kind of conflicts within a family. If someone has, I feel sorry for them. I really do. I'm not saying my family's perfect. Trust me, we're not. But having that family there that you can go to and let them know how you're feeling, or just be there whenever you need to cry, that's really helpful. Along with relationships, my boyfriend Michael is my first boyfriend and hopefully my only one. And he's always been there for me. He's helped really push me to get where I need to be. And so um, our communication is very open. If we are not feeling a certain way, we let someone know. And it's just, it's something that is very good. And I hope everyone has a chance to experience that. Like I said, I'm awkward, so I'm sorry if this video isn't going well. However, that is my list that I have, and I hope you enjoyed. And you've been a wonderful teacher, and I've actually very enjoyed this class. I've learned a lot of little points that I'm trying to better myself on in the future. And yeah, so I hope you have a good winter break, and thank you for listening to this.